Good day. There is trading activity in New York, although there is no doubt that business is down. And for the moment, larger and higher quality diamonds are in the weakest category of all. But during this slow trading period, one industry leader says it's time to come together and help those in the trade who are caught by external forces that plague many sectors right now. Stay tuned for that interview coming up. ComScore reported that 2008 online sales for jewelry and watches fell 12% in the United States. It wasn't the worst performing category, though. Computer software sales fell 18%, and music, movies, and videos fell 23%. Overall, online retail sales rose 6% to $130 billion. Retail sales did contract in November and December, the first drops recorded since online tracking began in 2001. Zach is here now to talk about trading activity in Israel.
It is interesting what ComScore found, Jeff. It's like the analogy of the glass being half empty versus half full. We're observing that business is down at least by half of what's normal for this time of year, but there is growing optimism that conditions will steadily improve from this point forward. There's some big shows coming up on the horizon, and people here are getting used to the new prices and discounts, so we're seeing more dealers selling. And many in the trade are trying to convince the banks to hold off another month, but again, this is forward thinking to get past the severe 3-month slide. It's safe to say that nothing is particularly hot, but 30 pointers to 1 carat are moving, especially for low colors in SI2 to VS1. Now, other than that, Jeff, there's a lot of grumbling about SK diamonds. When they reported their debt to the bourse, the ripple effect was especially big here, as practically half the bourse had diamonds on memo in their hands, so the hit was felt all over. That's all for this week. Back to you.
All right. Thank you for that, Zach. Retailers continue to feel the pinch in the United States. Neiman Marcus second quarter sales fell 21% to $1 billion, and the retailer even warned it could post a loss for the quarter. Same-store sales fell 23%. Neiman's is cutting 3% of its workforce. Macy's announced 7,000 job cuts this week, or 4% of its workforce, and warned that 2009 sales could end up falling by single digits. Macy's is reorganizing its corporate structure and banking on its My Macy's program to cater more closely to local consumer tastes for merchandise. Specifically to our industry, Bulgari's jewelry sales for its fiscal year fell 3% to $592 million, and total company sales fell 1.5% to $1.4 billion. Sales from the Americas dropped 12.5%, the worst performing region. Fourth quarter sales company-wide fell 10% to $413 million. Independent jeweler James Avery opened its 49th store, this one in Harker Heights, Texas. Now they plan a ribbon-cutting ceremony and grand opening party on February 19th. Fred Meyer Jewelers also said recently that it plans to open 15 new stores this year. David Abraham sees this market as an opportunity for dealers in the U.S. and also called upon the industry to help each other. Here is what he had to say.
There is business right now. There's business. It's less than before, but it's real, and it's from good companies. Don't underestimate it. It's much easier to buy, and it's also easy to sell right now because the people that have the real orders, it's a legitimate order from real companies, from real firms, from real buyers, and you have to go after the business. Be optimistic, and optimistic things are going to happen. There's money to be made. People are selling diamonds every single day, okay? If you who are listening to this aren't selling, you just know that call your customers, see what's new, travel, visit, speak, try to sell your goods, try to buy something. But if anything you buy, you should sell it. You should work on it.
David cited some examples of external pressures. One bank in particular is calling in its loans, which is putting great pressure on some dealers in New York. He calls upon the industry to build a united front.
All that's going on right now will be the defining factor in if many companies are going to be able to get through this. The companies that survived the 1980s diamond crash, it wasn't a diamond crash in 1980, it was a diamond price crash, let's put it that way, okay? We have now sort of a diamond price crash, but we have a world economic crash, all right? Now, we're going to be able to get through this, but we have to get through this together. And we have to work together. There's no doubt in my mind that people can be helped if they just, if they ask for it. Banks have to stop demanding their loans back. They have to be patient. They have to wait. The diamond dealers have to be patient. They have to sell their stock, but they also have to protect their prices. They have to sell for as high a price as they can, and they have to stay in business. I mean, they're here. They have to be ready for the recovery, and it's going to come. The banks have to be there also. These banks that are, maybe they are discounting the diamond industry now, but believe me, they're going to come back. They're going to come back in a few years, in a few short years, and they're going to come knocking on your door, and they're going to say that we have money, we'd like to borrow it. This recovery is going to come. I'd like to be approached by many, many people, and maybe we can choose 5 or 6 people to work as a team. And this team's function is going to be to make policies that are going to be able to help any industry member that needs help right now. Okay? It's really, really, really important. And there's no doubt that many people are facing the same issues, maybe from different banks, but they're all facing the same issues. It's a great time. The ease that we have, and we have everyone has a lot more time than they used to have. So this is a time to work together. All right, I treasure this moment, and I ask anybody that feels that they can help to come together, to contact me. There's many people there that there's a lot of pain and anguish and worry. I mean, people are having a hard time. People are losing hope. Some people are losing hope. So those are the people that have to be helped.
David reminds the trade to work in cash transactions and know your customers and their history on 47th Street. In precious metals news, gold is up 2% to $903.40 an ounce. Platinum is up 1% to $965 an ounce. And silver is up 4% to $12.51 an ounce. For all the latest industry news, please visit diamonds.net.